Sigma opened a new page. Of course, we are human beings. AI is just a tool. Shoot as many pictures as possible.
Production.
I really like to create something new. First of all, that's my motivation. The more you shoot, the more you learn. Photography never dies. I hope so.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, Kadraj Kafası'nın yeni bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Bugün bambaşka bir konukla beraberiz. Japonya'dan SIGMA'nın CEO'su Yamaki-San ülkemize geldi. İlk başta SIGMA'nın showroom'un açılışı gerçekleşti. Sirkeci mağazası olarak çok güzel bir mağaza açıldı. Sizlerin de yolu düşerse mutlaka uğrayın derim. Röportajımızın içerisinde sorularımız olacak. Kendisinin samimiyetle cevap vereceğini ümit ediyoruz. Sevgili Hakan ve Yamaki-San'la devam edelim.
Hi Yamaki-san, welcome to Turkey.
Thank you very much.
It's a great honor to meet you. I represent Kadraj Kafası YouTube channel, one of the most dedicated photography and cinematography communities in Turkey.
I see.
Our audience doesn't just buy lens, they study the art of engineering behind them. We are here to bridge between Sigma's vision and the creative soul of Turkish audiences, Turkish artists.
Thank you.
Before I start, what do you think about Turkish market, Turkish photography market? I think you visit Hayam Passage.
Yes, I did. Yes.
What do you think?
They are very professional and very enthusiastic about the products and the brand. And I understand that they are so supportive for Sigma, which I really appreciate.
We are so happy with Sigma.
Thank you very much.
There is a strong prejudice in photography. Your lens should be the same brand as camera. Do you see this as a myth, or what real and measurable advantages does using Sigma lenses bring users?
We are expertise in optics. Sigma was founded in 1961, and since then we've been just focusing on improving our technology and making the best quality products by ourselves. So we have many engineers and factory workers who's been just dedicated for making the best lenses. There are many such expertise in the industry, each industry, right? For example, some brand only make cleaners. Yeah. They become the expertise for cleaners. Some brand only make air conditioner. They are the expert for the air conditioning machine. Likewise, Sigma is a lens expert. So why not Sigma? Sigma can provide the best quality products among the many companies.
I got your point. Mm-hmm. You're saying that we are just producing most expertized lenses, isn't it?
Yes, making a great lens is our great passion. Fortunately, we have many talented engineers. They are very smart and very passionate, but they come to Sigma and they would like to work for Sigma because they know Sigma only work on the imaging product, camera lenses. They don't, if they work for the big company, they are not sure if they are assigned for different products. But they come to Sigma just to work on the imaging products. So we have many talented engineers and workers in Sigma. That's an advantage for us.
Sigma lenses are often criticized for being heavy. Is this a design choice or conscious trade-off made in favor of optical quality?
Actually, it's some kind of misunderstanding about our camera, lenses, sorry. Yes, it was true that our lenses are heavier and bigger when we were making the lenses for DSLR. When we launched the first art lens, 35mm f1.4, it was much heavier and bigger than existed 35mm f1.4, but because we prioritize optical performance, optical quality, and it was well accepted by customers because DSLRs was much bigger than today. So it was a good balance with a big body and a big lens. And we can also implement the best quality. But today, a mirrorless camera is much compact and lighter. So the customer's demand is for the compact, lightweight lens while achieving the very high optical quality. So the lenses from Sigma in recent years are compact, lightweight, but super high quality.
That's always. You are in L-Mount Alliance.
Yes.
Is the L-Mount Alliance as a strategic balance against industry giants, or just a temporary safe zone for Sigma? Has building a proprietary closed system ever been considered to Sigma's future?
Well, L-Mount is a very attractive system from customers' point of view.
Yeah.
On the L-Mount platform, customers have a choice for Sigma camera, Leica camera, and Panasonic cameras. And for example, for our BF camera users, they can of course choose Sigma lenses, but also Leica lenses and the Panasonic lens. And we have some more lens manufacturers. So each company has slightly different philosophy or concept in their product lineup.
Yeah.
So L-Mount users can enjoy the wide variety of products, not only cameras but also lenses. So I think that's a very attractive point for the L-Mount system. So I think it's quite, it means a lot for us to stay in the L-Mount system.
I think we should hopeful for the future of the all lens and digital imaging categories regarding L-Mount system. Maybe some giants decide to shift.
I don't know.
The world has been waiting for full-frame Foveon sensor for a long time. Is perfectionism causing Sigma to miss market opportunities, or is this delay a sign of historic breakthrough? And should we expect for a surprise on Sigma's side about full-frame Foveon sensor?
We are still working on the newer Foveon sensor project. We are still working on the full-frame Foveon sensor project. It started, if I remember correctly, it was 2018. So it's already 7 years. In the beginning, we had some ideas and the design, but we found it didn't work. So we scrapped that design and we restart the project from scratch. And we've been making a process very slowly, but every time we run wafer and make a prototype sensor, very small one, but we make the pixel architecture that we use for the future full-frame Foveon sensor. Every time we run the wafer, we found some technical issues. So it takes much longer time than we expected, but we are making progress. And I hope we can announce good news to the customers who've been waiting for the full-frame Foveon sensor.
We hope so.
Yes, these days it's becoming difficult for many companies to differentiate the cameras from technical aspects because it seems that the digital imaging technology has already saturated, but the Foveon sensor still has a potential to change the perception of the image quality.
Smartphones have largely replaced entry-level cameras. Has Sigma deliberately chosen to focus on the niche and high-end market, or do you still see a future for beginners and hobbyists?
My ambition is to satisfy all kind of people, not only the professionals or high-end customers, but also I really wanted to satisfy the entry-class users. Long time ago, let's say in 1970s, 80s, Sigma provided the lowest price products, and most of our majority of our customers are high school students or college students. They do not have much money, but they wanted to enjoy photography. So we could satisfy such a young people who have very limited budget. But we were so proud of ourselves because we satisfied the people who had a limited budget. So those people save money little by little and buy camera and lenses. It was their dreams. So I really wanted to satisfy those people, but we make all products, including the parts, in Japan. And the production cost in Japan is quite high, while the most of the camera and the lenses today are made outside Japan. So in order to survive while making the product in Japan, it's quite challenging for us to provide the product with a very, very low price. But I like to continue our challenge to satisfy every type of customers.
Thank you. Let me ask this very directly. Is photography dying, or is it simply changing its form?
Photography never dies. It already has over 200 years of history, and people are still interested in photography. Either it's a way of communication, it's either of the family history, a family record, or a friend's record, and also as a form of fine art. And people are still interested in photography. I guess you are talking about the AI generated imaging.
I'm going to ask you as well.
Next question, right? But AI is just a tool. Likewise, like camera and lenses. So you can use AI in good way or bad way. So it's a matter of the creativity of the people. So camera and lenses help people to shoot images and create very beautiful images. AI is similar. So it's a matter of the human being, how to use AI.
My AI question is coming. How does Sigma view artificial intelligence? Is AI a threat, a tool, or an inevitable evolution to you? But you said it's just a tool.
It's just a tool. Of course, there's a risk. AI can be used in the wrong way, and it creates the conflicts or fear or sometimes hostile feelings among the people and destabilize the society. So I think I admit the AI has such a risk. But what is important is on our side. It's the people who use AI. So I think AI is just a tool, and if we use AI in good way, it may help us to create even finer art form.
Thank you so much.
By the way, this year we founded a foundation. It's called Sigma Foundation. The purpose of Sigma Foundation is to create art or to help the artist. And this year we worked with two very talented photographers, and we just launched two art books in November and December. And one of the photo books are created by AI.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it's not the ChatGPT or Gemini or the latest AI. It's a very private AI. So he's a Norwegian photographer called Solveig Sundsbo. He's a fashion photographer, and he took a bunch of flower photography, and he just input his past images into the AI and help AI or machine learning create new flowers which does not exist in the world. But those flowers are very beautiful because they were created only from his pictures in the past.
That's amazing.
It's really, it looks mysterious, but also beautiful. So if we use AI in good way, it helps the creativity of the people.
If you had the choice for the next decade, a heavy but optically perfect art lens or a lighter lens with minor compromises, which one represents the future of Sigma?
Everything. So
both of them.
Yes. So for art series, we always pursue the best optical performance. But for contemporary series, we are a little bit flexibility. We have a little bit more flexibility, so we can provide more well-balanced lens. Or sometimes we just prioritize size and weight, and we provide very lightweight lenses. So we like to go for both directions.
You mentioned the difficulties manufacturing in Japan in terms of budget issues.
Yes, yeah.
However, I want to ask that, is the made in Aizu and Takumi philosophy is a limitation in a cost-driven global market, or the only way to preserve the soul of a lens?
It's a good question. First of all, I don't believe it's a limitation for us to provide a budget product, budget lenses. We always, of course, I admit it's a challenge, but it doesn't mean it's impossible for us to provide a budget product, a budget lens. For example, in order to manufacture the high quality lenses, it's also difficult to produce for everyone, right? And not only in Aizu, but also everyone, it's a challenge. So if they don't have a very experienced workers, the yield is very low, so it push up the cost. So what we do in Aizu is we try to keep the as high yield ratio as possible. And by doing this, by working very efficiently, we can provide the high quality products with a relatively lower price.
Can we say all Sigma lens is a matter of
Tailor-made.
Tailor-made production?
Well, the Aizu factory is the basically mass production modern factory. So I can't say it's a tailor-made product, the factory, but as a philosophy, you can say that.
Yeah.
For example, in order to polish the glass with a very, very tight tolerances, we use multiple machines. That even if we use the same machine, there is a slight difference between one machine to another machine. Even if the machine is exactly the same, if this is a brand new machine and this is a 3 years machine, they are different. So the factory workers on the ground floor, they fine-tune each machine so that each glass has exactly the same precision. So it's mass production factory, but we have artisan. We have many artisans in the factory. So I can say it's takumi in Japanese, meaning artisan.
The FP series introduced a very bold modular approach. Is Sigma considering developing a high-end camera body with more traditional ergonomics to compete with major brands? It's so challenging.
Yes, for the time being, we would like to focus on the unique and the innovative cameras. There are two reasons. The first of all, I really like to create something new. I really like to create something innovative. I don't want to copy the product that someone else already have done. So even if people believe we are crazy, I like to challenge something new. So that's my very strong motivation. Even if it's a niche, I like to create something new page in the photo industry. And maybe it could be after I die, but maybe 30 years later, 40 years later, people said, oh, Sigma opened a new page in 2012, or Sigma opened page 2025 with the BF. And now the Sigma BF may become mainstream in maybe, let's say, 50 years later. So first of all, that's my motivation. The second, it's strategically we need to focus on niche product because I know that the customer's main demand is in a, how can I say, regular camera. But even if we make a similar product, it's called Me Too product. But they may choose the similar product from major brands, right? So strategically for us, it's better to focus on the niche products. But maybe sometime in the future, we may have make in a very how can I say, mainstream camera.
You're a brave pioneer.
I hope so. Actually, I like to make my life something meaningful. I don't want to make Sigma just a boring company that copies others' products. So of course, I cannot make Sigma a bigger company than other major brands. But if Sigma create something innovative, something new, I can make Sigma as a company meaningful. So this is a goal of my life.
Thank you so much. In R&D today, What's the priority? Has video officially become the number one focus as many other brands? Or is photography still at the Sigma's core, Sigma's soul?
Photography? Of course, photography is very important. First of all, let's say, talk about the cleaner or air conditioner we talk about.
Yeah.
Of course, people use cleaner or air conditioner, but probably those who manufacture the cleaners or air conditioner, they may not so much care about the users after they make the products and sell to the customers. Of course, they provide a very good customer service. But in our case, in the photographic industry, it's very important after we sell the product because photographers or image creators create a very, very fine images or some nice videos or photography. So that's a very strong source of our motivation. Once we see the photographers, artists create a great photography, we are very happy to see it. So that's a big motivation for us. So photography is really, it's a heart of our business.
If a friend asks you honestly, why should I choose Sigma instead of a native brand lens? What would be your most sincere and unofficial answer?
Well, there is no unofficial answer. First of all, we have many unique lenses, and which no other company has. So just product spec or performance, it's what could be one of the reasons why you choose Sigma. And also, our workers in Aizu, Japan, pay very careful attention for each one single product. I have in-company blog, and I often write. I always, when I was in Japan, I write a blog every day, and all employees, including factory workers, can read my blog. And I always ask workers, please make every single product, assuming your son or your daughter or your family buy the product. Then they pay careful attention. So I'm quite sure that every single product we make have a very, very high performance and a high quality. So, of course, we are human beings. Sometimes we may make an error, but we work 100% of our energy to make sure every single products are high quality.
In countries like Turkey, high-techs make access to equipment very difficult for young creators. Would Sigma consider community-focused support or special pricing programs through its distributors for Turkey?
Obviously, our partner, distributor, knows better about Turkish customers than we do. So first of all, we need to listen very carefully their opinions. And right now, I don't have any clear answer about it, but I like to listen their opinions and I like to explore what we can do for Turkish customers.
If you have an advice, single advice for a beginner videographer or photographer,
Oh, okay.
what would be?
What's
your advice? But I'm not meaning gear.
First of all, I'm not a photographer. I'm not a
really?
videographer. But if I could give some advice or one single advice.
Because you're a visionary.
No, but I could say that shoot as many pictures as possible. Shoot as many video as possible. The more you shoot, the more you learn, and the more shoot, the more they understand what kind of photography they like. That's the beauty of the camera. Today you can take quite decent images with the phone.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not just me, but many others think phone cannot motivate us to shoot many pictures or many videos. In an artistic way. But once you hold the cameras, you try to see the beautiful scene, or you try to find the very nice contrast of the light and shadow, or you want to try to see the beautiful color in the nature. So then camera is well made to motivate to good pictures. Right. So my advice is just shoot continuously as much as possible.
There is a very technical question
Okay.
here. Is there any information or development about concave lens and cameras that might be released? We are always talking about this issue.
10 years.
Theoretically, it's very interesting technology, and it may help to create a high quality lens with a very compact form factor. But first of all, in order to satisfy the wide variety of lenses on the interchangeable lens system, it has a very technical problem, because each lens has slightly different characters.
Kit lens.
A kit lens could be, but in this case, it may have some problem with a very high quality lenses. It may work with a fixed lens camera, like a compact cameras.
yes.
It may work, but looking back the history, theory and the reality is sometimes different.
Yes.
And engineers always overcome such a theory, and then they create a good idea to make to create a very high quality product in a small form factor. So yes, it's theoretically interesting, but engineers are working very hard to implement the high quality products with a small form factor without relying on such a unique technology.
Yamaki-san, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
It was a great pleasure being with you,
Thank you very much.
talking with you, having my first interview with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Arkadaşlar, konu mankenliği yaptığım bu bölümde sevgili Yamaki-San'la birlikteydik. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Abone olmayı, yorum yapmayı, beğenilerinizi eksik etmeyin. Güzel günler. Okay.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.